talk about river towns. Before we get into it, I want to disclose that I was given this game by the developer, but all opinions are my own. I feel like puzzle games like this don't lend themselves very well to trailers because it's kind of hard to tell how it plays just from the trailer, but once you get into it, you see how it works. So rather than just show you some gameplay, let me explain how this game works. You have, basically, you're building towns, and it's kind of like that Tangrams game, or Tetris. You have differently shaped tile pieces that are parts of your town, and you're laying them out on a grid. First part of the game starts with a river pattern, and you choose where you're going to have the river start, which really all the river gets filled in, and the start is just where you're able to build your first buildings. So you want to basically fit in as many of your buildings with their shapes as you can. You can look ahead of time to see which shapes you have at your disposal, and you can store one at a time to use it later, but otherwise you have to use them in the order that you're given. But it's not just about fitting in as many as you can, because it is really about getting as many points as you can. And there are different ways of getting points, which is the main thing that's not obvious from watching the trailer, and you have to actually play to see this. But you get more points as more buildings are built adjacent to each other. You get additional points if you build things across a river from itself, so that it causes a bridge to be built. And you get points if you build on top of a gold deposit, or if you surround a tree, for example. There's different ways to get points that are like that. And then at the end of each stage, you get bonus points for the largest section of buildings of a particular color. So to start, you'll just have one set of buildings that are all blue, but then as you progress, you get some red buildings as well, and some pink buildings. And so ideally, you want to be able to build them in their own contiguous sections, so that you get bonus points at the end. And that's what it comes down to, is not just fitting them efficiently, but fitting them efficiently and point efficiently. Because at the end of each level, you have point targets, and reaching those point targets will give you additional medals for that stage. And at the end of each world on the map, you need a certain number of medals to be able to finish the map and move on to the next. Also of note is that there is a high score list for each level, so you can compete with your friends and the world, and a level editor as well, where you can choose the layout of the tiles to start with, which building tiles you have at your disposal, the order they come out, the target scores, and you can share these levels online, so that's pretty neat. So that's basically how it works. With that said, let's just throw in some gameplay here of finishing a stage. And I'll just let you watch that on your own, no other commentary. Enjoy the gameplay.